Okay, this is the last part of section 3.3 for 8th grade. This section, or this part of the section, is working with finding an exterior angle of a polygon. The key thing to remember in this part is that the sum of the exterior measures of a convex polygon always equals 360 degrees. And the key thing to remember, it has to be convex, which is where you've got all angles that are pointing outward. Okay, they will always equal 360. It does not matter the number of sides that are on that polygon. So when I look at this, the side measures or the angle measures that I have on the outside are 50, 127, 91, and X. So when I add those four together, they are going to equal this 360 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and write down what I see. 50 plus 127 plus 91 plus X equals 360 degrees. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms. So I've got 50 plus 127 plus 91. When I do that, I get 268 plus X equals 360. Now I'm going to go ahead and get X by itself. So minus 268, it's gone. Minus 268 on the other side gives me X equals 92 degrees. Okay, so I just found out that this angle measure right here is 92 degrees. Okay, so take note, I added or found the sum of all of the measures that I saw, and they had to equal 360, so then I solved for X. Now I know some of you might just punch in 360 and then subtract off the things that you see on your calculator, and that's okay too, until you get to a more complex problem, such as this, where we have more than just one X. So we're still going to go through and we're going to write out what we see, because when we add all of these together, okay, when I add this plus that, they have to equal 360, even on a triangle. So when you start working exterior angles, even though it's a triangle, the outside going all the way around like a circle equals 360 degrees. So what do I see in those parts that I circled? I see two X's plus 90 plus 10. So I'm going to put those together. I'm going to chunk them together automatically, which gives me 100 equals 360 degrees. Okay, so my two X's and then my 10 plus 90, that gave me the 100. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and solve for X. So we'll subtract off 100 first. I have 2X equals 260. And now I'll divide by 2. So 260 divided by 2 gives me 130. So I just found out that X equals 130 degrees. So now I'll go back to my original figure and I'll write in what the degree measures were. So here I just had an X, which was 130 degrees. But here I had 130 plus 10, which gives me actually 140 degrees. Okay, so sometimes you're going to have to go back in and you're going to have to piece in or substitute in and then solve for that missing angle measure. Okay, so let's go ahead and try another one. Remembering polygons exterior equals 360. Okay, so once again, we have another triangle. Doesn't matter that it's a triangle, it's still a polygon, and we are working exterior. Whoops. So as soon as we do something exterior, it's now 360 degrees. So what do I see in that figure? I see two Z's, and then I also see a 26 and a 124. So if I put those together, sum them, it gives me 150. So plus 150 equals exterior measures of polygons, 360. No matter how many sides are on the polygon. Okay, so now we're going to work it like a two-step equation. So minus 150, minus 150. That's going to give me 210. So I have two Z's equal 210 degrees. Now we'll divide by 2. And when I do that, I get 105. So Z equals 105. Okay, so now I have to go back in and piece that information in. So where I had just a z, it's 105 degrees. Okay, so now I also have down here z plus 26, so 105 plus 26 is going to give me 131 degrees here. And if I were to check, I could add 131 plus 124 plus 105, and it should give me the 360, and it does. Okay, so I want you guys to try one. I'll give you one that's not quite as complicated to try on your own. Go ahead and try this one out. Remember, the sum of the exterior angles of any polygon is going to equal 360 degrees. So go ahead and pause your video and work your way through this one. Okay, so when I found the sum of these three, that gave me 274 plus x equals 360. So now I'll subtract the 274 off of there. And it leaves me with x equals 86 degrees. Okay, that's it for this part of the lesson. So key thing to remember, no matter how many sides are on that polygon, the sum of the exterior angles is always going to equal 360 degrees.